The 2024 Summer Olympics was quite a treat for fans in sports. Very pleased to be joined by two individuals from RWS Global, the company responsible for the in-venue activations in the City of Light and across the country of France. Kim Henshaw, Matthew Byles. Guys, thanks for taking the trip from Australia, which is quite insane. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
Happy to.
Great.
I think that's it.
Kim, we'll go to you first. Paris, massive undertaking from RWS Global's perspective. Give me a quick rundown of what you guys were responsible for in Paris and across France.
Sure. It was a massive undertaking, and it was our 6th Olympic Games that we've had the absolute pleasure to be a part of in the delivery of sport presentation. And in this one, it had a lot of challenges. Number one, I think across everything that we delivered was time. 6 months we were brought in to deliver the full sport presentation program, which covered 40 venues, 58 sporting disciplines. And within that, we had to do everything to entertain, to engage, and provide that spectator experience in the venues and around all those sports in Paris, which was a big undertaking, and it covered things from the creation of all the content that went on every screen in every venue, videos, graphics, animations, the whole Paris brand, on-screen look and adaptation of that, daily highlights videos, we had a 24-hour rotating content team, editors, animators, creating that, sending it through to our fabulous PV4 system, which Matt will talk about in a minute, to distribute that content and get that out on a daily and probably hour by hour basis to all those venues from a central communications spot. We had a workforce of about 800 people for the sport presentation program, which makes sense because the scope was very big and the biggest to date on an Olympic level. And with that, there's a lot of logistics involved, just managing and getting that workforce trained, ready to go at day one of competition, fed, accommodated, visas, all that stuff, and ready to go and deliver in new venues. Everything is brand new to these people, stepping in and delivering the biggest event that the world delivers every 4 years at the Olympic Games. So Matt will talk about the technology piece, but we had teams including show callers, floor managers, MCs, etc., out there, and technical operators, which is across 40 venues, all happening simultaneously, is a very big undertaking.
Yeah, the content can't be possible without the tech side. Like we said, PV4, the cameras, the content management system, because this is a massive event where, like Kim mentioned, it's Paris, but it's also other venues across the nation with different sports disciplines. How did that come together from the tech side?
Yeah, it's a mammoth undertaking, right? Because you're doing a massive prime time delivery of sport times by every single sport in the Olympics, times by simultaneously doing 40 venues. So everything you do is at that scale and simultaneously delivering it. And that's PV4 is a big part of that for us. It's our content management, distribution and playback solution that enabled us to operate from the IBC in central Paris and be sending out 13,000 headshots across all of France, and also deal with the content updates that were happening every single day, coordinating with our operators on site, and making sure that the games kept ticking along. Yeah,
incredibly complex, incredible for fans at the venues. Even from watching from home, back in your respective networks, you can still feel the energy that you guys were creating, which is insane. So now that Paris is over, not to put you guys on the spot, but the work keeps going. You guys have done previous Olympics. You guys continue to do international events. When does the planning start from a technical perspective for the next one?
Yeah, the planning never stops. I mean, we were in about day 2 and day 3 in Paris, and we were already thinking about what we were going to do for the next one and how we were going to make those improvements. And here we are about a year later. We've already made major overhauls in PV4 to make that content management piece even better and more efficient. I was having dinner the other night with a friend, and we were already talking about the learnings from Paris and what that means for the next major multi-sport event. So never ends, it never stops. When you're delivering at this scale and size, I don't think there's ever time to rest.
Never resting on your laurels, or sure. Kim, I'll change the question for you real quick, but knowing that Paris was such a monumental event and all the Olympics that you guys do and all the rugby competitions both in Australia and around the world, RWS Global seems to be growing every single, I wouldn't even say year, but month, depending on what the event is.
That's
Can you just
true.
take me back and just think about the entire growth of the company and what you guys continue to do and push forward on
Yeah,
the
sure.
venue side?
Yeah, sure. I suppose particularly in sports, which is where our team sits in RWS Global. Our first Olympics was back in Sydney 2000 for the Paralympics and the Olympic Games back then, which was the first time sport presentation was delivered at a very homogenistic and centralized sort of approach that then had all the nuances, whereas before they were very siloed for every different sport. So that was the first time sport presentation was delivered in the way that has now become the benchmark ever since. And as we said, that's our 6th Olympic Games, and we hope to keep improving on that every year that we get to be involved and every 4 years that they come around. But Rugby World Cups, World Championship, World Cup events, it is back-to-back events. And I think with RWS Global, and back to your question about growth plans, we're constantly growing and we have ambitious plans to keep expanding as a business, and sport is just one part of our business. Theme parks, cruise ships.
If it has to do with fun, you guys are probably...
Basically, we are an entertainment and sports production company. That is who we are, and we're super excited about the future.
Tremendous. In terms of sports, you guys knocked it out of the park in Paris. So you guys continue to knock it out of the park. Thank you for taking the time. Congratulations on all the great work, and good seeing you guys.
Yeah, and you too.
Kim,
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Matthew Byles at RWS Global. For more interviews like this one with Kim and Matthew, head over to our website at sportsvideo.org.